Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's update our view on the Bitcoin market. So in this year, this will be final update. But also I would like to make an announcement that we intend to release the fundamental report on the Bitcoin market these days. So probably it will be released on Monday. It's almost ready for release. It will be a really important report because there we will talk about the relation between the Fed policy and the Bitcoin, what will be friendly in the Fed policy for a Bitcoin market, what will be not, and what performance from the Fed we need to keep an eye on to make the suggestion on Bitcoin performance. So in fact, we will discuss the major factors that's coming from the Fed, such as interest rate, inflation, economy performance, and what could happen in the Bitcoin depending on different solutions from the Fed. So this will be a really important report that could really give you a lot of knowledge on coming year, how to correctly treat the performance and how to understand the next Fed steps and how they could make impact on the cryptocurrencies. Because as we previously said a couple of months ago or even more time ago, that one of the risks that we see for a cryptocurrency is the coming hiking cycle of the interest rates, because Bitcoin was never before in this environment, and we think that all the stocks that has the gold features of inflation protected asset, it is not yet the fact and recent performance and recent reaction that market investors have sold it off at the first place once the Fed has announced a hawkish policy. Is just show you that Bitcoin is still treated as the risky second quality asset, and correspondingly we should use this classification when we trying to understand how it will perform depending on the performance of the interest rate. So actually I will show you right in this report what I'm talking about. So but the first, on the monthly chart, we keep the fingers crossed that market will close somewhere around this year and nothing awful will happen until the end of the year. To keep the Polish context, market has to stay technically on these levels that we see it right now. So this is monthly confidence and below this and above these lows, because it could give us the grabber. So that's keep door open for next upward action to the 76. This is important from the technical point of view. So hopefully nothing awful will happen until the end of the year. On the weekly chart, currently overall performance can't be called as a really bullish. It's just because market is forming in kind of the very tight consolidation with the 4 weeks in row stands inside of this range, and it's forming like something like flag pattern. So actually it makes no significant impact on the overall technical picture, but it just tells you that market is not ready yet to play everything back and turn back to the upward action. Now we're coming to most interesting thing. So on the daily chart, you could see a recent drop that has happened, and actually we talked about this in our previous update on Monday. We said, so in the current environment with the performance on the intraday charts, we prefer to see and wait for deeper retracement before considering taking on the annual long position. And that has happened. So currently market has dropped to the same lows that it was a couple of weeks ago. But the question, whether we are ready to buy right here and right now. This is the major question. So why actually this performance has happened? And now we're coming to the topic and to the moment that I talked about right in the beginning of this video. Performance of the interest rates. Performance based on the Fed policy. So take a look what has happened on the interest rates recently. Interest rates has jumped up, completed, got the steeple to sell pattern right at the resistance. With this upward recent performance rising on interest rates, what will happen to the Bitcoin? Bitcoin market has dropped. So that's just explain relation between the interest rates and Fed, and that's why it is vital and crucial to us understand, make the forecast for performance of the interest rates, because it directly impacts on performance of the Bitcoin. Yes, there are some additional factors exist, but this is very important. And currently we should ask on, yes, we've got the pullback, but whether we are ready to buy right at this point. So currently, guys, at this point, we have two moments that should keep us away from the taking the long position immediately. First of all, if you'll take a look again at interest rates, right, here the market has completed the pattern, completed right an agreement with the 618 level, and here the pullback could happen. But at the same time, performance here right to the resistance relatively strong, and it makes possible that later market will start upward action. Continue upward action once the reaction on this resistance happens, will be over, then we could get another upward action on the interest rates. This is the factor that is important for Bitcoin as well. This is first moment. Second moment, if you'll take a look at the performance of the Bitcoin, we do not have any clear bullish pattern yet. We do not have any clear bullish reaction. So at least to consider taking, this is only the half of the necessary context, the half of the story. We are at the 618 support. But it is not enough to take the position. So we should get at least some bullish performance right at this support to take the position. So previously, if you remember last time, we have got this head and shoulders. Now we do not have it yet. And actually we have nothing. Besides, the signs of weakness on this 4-hour time frame chart, take a look at the reaction on the COP. So market stands with this ABCD pattern, reaching the COP here, 51.50. But the retracement is almost all way to back down to the C point. This is not very good for a bullish market, especially when it shows reaction on the minor target. So minor reaction, this one reaction is normal. This market should proceed to the OP. But reaction on the COP is so deep, it's definitely signs of weakness. So that makes me think that currently it's not the point yet for taking the long position, because besides, guys, this is already the second test of the same 618 support. So it was pullback, first test, bounce back again, second test, and currently chances on the breaking of this level increasing. So it means that we could get direct action right back down to the lows. So this very, very probable could happen, and that makes me think that this moment is not good yet for taking the long position. Yes, on the hourly chart we could consider minor reaction. So here market could show the bounce to the 48 probably, 48.30. This is confidence resistance. Here we have some even, let's call it as an ugly, godless cheap free drive pattern. It's 1618 extension stands here, some hint of the divergence. This corresponds to the idea of the interest rates performance here, which also suggests the pullback. So on the Bitcoin, it also might be the pullback to the 48 area, but it is not the bullish pattern yet that we are watching for. It's not sufficient for taking position on the high time frame. It's not enough to say that this is definitely the pattern that indicates that Bitcoin is turning up. This is not the case yet. That's why currently, if you're a scalp trader trading on hourly chart and lower, you could maybe consider taking the long position, scalp position with a pullback for a couple of thousands above, or even somewhere to the 48.30. But if you're trading on a daily chart and you're searching chance to go long on a longer perspective, we think that it's not the time yet.